Craft brews and casual conversations. It is a cold evening in the great state of Wisconsin. Ma Nature treating us like we abandoned her on Mother's Day, left her high and dry. So she is unleashing a fury of white powder all over the place, and not the kind that Scarface likes, the kind that leaves you frigid, and if you stay out there long enough, dead as a doornail, even though doornails were never really alive. So the phrase dead as a doornail really doesn't make sense if you think about it. It's an inanimate object. Never had a pulse, never had a heart. And these are the things that we like to bring it to your attention on the fine program that you have stumbled upon very likely. Somehow our paths are crossed and you're here. You're doing this. This is a podcast called Dudes with Brews on a Porch. His name is Rob. My name is Drew.
Should we cue that intro? Let's cue it.
You're about to hear the greatest show of your life. Dudes with brews on a porch with Rob and Drew.
Hello, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm good. Did you change the intro to just white static noise?
No, I heard it. You didn't hear it probably. I didn't loop it your way.
Gotcha. Okay.
My apologies.
I liked it.
I'll have to. Oh, yeah. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's just the space between our ears.
Yeah,
Static.
that's always a good part of it, isn't it?
It is.
Well, it's been a little bit. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done an episode.
Feels like a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like a long time, but we're back. We're here. You got to take a break every once in a while because life just keeps on life. And I have had quite the hankering as of late, Rob, for an IPA. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I could really go for a delicious IPA. So I'm doing just that. I am drinking the Hot Butcher for the World. Dun 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 IPA. 7.5 on the ABV. 0 on the IBUs, it says. Amarillo, Citra, and Galaxy Hopped Double IPA. 2021 New York International Beer Competition silver medalist in the Imperial IPA category, which is pretty nice. Brewed and canned by Hot Butcher for the World in Chicago, Illinois, and Bedford Park, Illinois. It is got a little white peach note to it, orange blossom note, and a musco tropical fruit note. That's all I got. That's all it is. It looks like a delicious IPA. Look at that delicious beverage. You see that sweet nectar, the golden god.
It's actually quite hilarious that the beer is blurry. It looks like it's in the witness protection program.
Yeah,
wherever you're holding it.
Keep it a
your
secret.
Camera cannot focus on it.
Hold on. It's because I have the blurred background setting going on.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Well, sometimes people walk around in my house and I just don't, Here,
Oh.
I fixed it. Now you can quit your bitching. Here you go.
Okay, yeah, that does look pretty tasty. Looks thick. Is it thick?
It's delicious. No, not really. I mean, it's got probably a medium body mouthfeel to it. Definitely has some bitterness in the upfront. But I mean, when it comes to IPAs, it's packing the taste, it's getting the bitterness. It's got the look to it. I'm not good at identifying various hop flavors, even after all this time. I feel like I'd have to go like I have to drink Amarillo hops for a month straight, every single day, just to get that taste, and then try another one, and then be like that. I just don't have. I can't pull it forward. I just like the
Yeah.
taste of it.
Yeah, the only thing I can figure at this point is that I know I like Mosaic hops and Simcoe hops.
Yeah,
I don't know why, because they're normally paired with some other hops, and I know we were talking about trying to get some like I've been to a hop farm. That's where you really figure it out. Like if you start going and actually touring the places that and you can smell and taste the raw hop, I guess. I don't know, and know where it's coming from.
yeah.
Kind of create some neurons firing in your brain and go, this is from the deep valleys of the northwest hillsides of somewhere.
Yeah, but it's good nonetheless. Citra hop is usually anything that has a Citra hop in it. I'm down with it. So it's good. It's delicious. What do you got?
I am drinking from the now tragically I don't know, deceased. It's like a doornail
Yeah,
somehow.
no longer in production.
No longer in production because Trustworthy Brewing Company went out of business. I'm drinking Hibernation Station from Trustworthy Brewing Company. So rest in peace to Trustworthy. I mean,
a big salute.
they really should have thought of a better slogan because their sign says Trustworthy. We'll always be here.
Is it really?
No, but it should
have.
So this is an American barley wine. It's got 12 fluid ounces.
Yeah.
I got one of the it's somebody that worked there snagged this can for me on the way out of the closing day party.
Yeah.
So this is it's 12.8% alcohol.
0 on the IBUs.
I got nothing for that. Yeah,
I got details if you need it.
I got this is it's a collab with Huddle, which is a brewing company out in Las Vegas.
Birthplace of me. That's where I was born. Las Vegas, Nevada.
I always forget about that. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That's where I entered the world.
Must be why you're so negative.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I'm glad you didn't stay there. You would I think you'd have been at the craps tables your whole life, just riding out a never-ending losing streak. So it says on the can here, a balance of Maris Otter and Golden Promise malts add robust flavors and aromas of caramel, brown sugar, and sweet bourbon.
Hell yeah.
I'm not going to lie. This thing has a great smell to it. It's got a very sweet smell to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the milk on top, the head?
Mm-hmm.
You were laughing about that. Look at how perfectly that settled.
Wow. That settled pretty good, pretty quickly.
Yeah, that settled into a perfectly poured caramel-colored
or caramel
drink. Yeah, I go back and forth. I switch that one up.
Oh, interesting.
It's got a really strong smell to it. If you've got more, you can go ahead and talk about it. But there's a hint of the bourbon smell. But honestly, it's like weirdly enough, brown sugar is what kind of comes through the most to me. Of those three things, otherwise they mix into a smell I don't know how to describe. Let's call it barley wine.
It says drink fresh for the warm spring awakening or age and see what comes from this robust hibernation. So really what you could have done is you should have gotten two. Drink one now, drink one later, and like a year and see if anything has changed. But you can't
I should have actually held on to it because it is. You can't get another one.
It's a relic.
I'll hold the can.
Hang on to it. So then you can occasionally just remember the memories past of your time spent at Trustworthy, and you can reminisce, shed a tear, and drink a beer. Dudes with Brews.
There we go. That's the end of the episode, right? We got to go out on that. We're done. No more episodes.
Yeah. Pretty good though. Barley wines, I think, can be a little tricky, but
it's interesting because every barley wine I've ever had has some kind of bitterness to it. So they'll put IBU 0, but this has definitely got a bitter back end flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because the mouthfeel of it is like a lager or like a thinner beer, but for some reason the taste is so strong that it reminds me more of like a stout.
Okay.
Like a sweet stout, but without that. I don't know, stouts give me this weird feeling in my chest and tummy.
Yeah, a
Do they
good
do that for
feeling,
you?
right?
I get a
No.
little bit I get a little bit of that with this.
Okay. Sure. I could see that. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. And my condolences to Trustworthy. If you worked there, we appreciate all the free brewskis that you gave to my boy Rob, who is at this point the master of free brewskis. He is a guy who I would say a solid like 6 out of 10 chance he's not paying for
it's
it.
well over 50% at this point.
So it's pretty good. Those are pretty good odds. Hey, good for you. So we are recording this on it's a Wednesday, but Valentine's Day is just around the corner, Rob. And I don't know. So we were at the Valentine's Day mark last year, fresh into this relationship,
Yes,
and you did not get her anything, right?
I did.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Like the lame person that I am, we had gone on a date a week before Valentine's Day or a couple weeks before Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what the protocol was, but we went on a date, and then we went to a Kings game together, and I spilt wine on her jersey.
Hell yeah.
Now she drinks vodka and club soda. That's her go-to drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I got her some roses and a bottle of club soda, and then I made a little card that said, "There's two something." I can't remember exactly what I said, but it was like, I don't know much, but I know club soda will take. I know one thing you can do with this club soda, though you might find something better to do with it. Also, these flowers might be poisonous to your animals, so please check on that. And I snuck upstairs and I hung it on her door handle and left and didn't tell her about it.
Heck yeah.
She appreciated the fact that I was worried about her animals eating the flowers.
Yeah. I wasn't planning on getting Carissa anything this year because I think Valentine's Day is a little bit lame, but I jokingly, right before we started recording, I said, "Hey, what'd you give me for Valentine's Day?" And I was thinking she'd say nothing. She's like, "Oh, it's already here. Do you want to see it?" And I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. And she did give me a gift. And now I'm stuck in this situation where, I mean, I got to get her something, right?
Dude, you got 2 days. What do you? What
I don't
do you
even have 2
You
days.
got
I
a
got
day. You've got 1 day.
And tomorrow I have to work until 7:30 tomorrow night. So I really have like an hour tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I got to and I don't think Amazon's looking to expedite any shipping. So I'm in a sticky situation. What do you think?
Technically you got 2 days if you count Valentine's Day. If you can get to somewhere before you see her on Valentine's Day.
It's fair.
Me, I got drunk and I bought Shonda a Kings cowboy hat and a Kings varsity jacket at the that she really wanted a Kings varsity jacket. The cowboy hat, not so much.
You got it at the pro shop?
I got the jacket at the pro shop, and I got the hat from a filthy street vendor. That was great.
A sucker is born every minute, and you got hosed because those pro shops, the simplest little piece of plastic is $50. So I can only imagine.
Actually, be surprised that I find some good finds in there, man. My long sleeve tee, hooded long sleeve tee, $54.
Okay.
Only one in there.
Long sleeve tee
with a hood, yeah.
Oh, with a hood. Okay.
Out here, you don't need a full sweatshirt, man. I love that thing. It's perfect.
Yeah, out here, where it's you said it's raining right now.
It is raining now. I'm also a full resident. I don't know if we brought this up on the.
I think we. I don't know if we did. Yeah, you got
it's
your
been
ID?
so long. Yeah, I went to the DMV. I got the state ID. I got a a freaking golden bear with a star on my driver's license. Also, there's a watermark of a man mining for gold.
All right. The first time in your life that you've been a dual citizen, almost,
Does that give me dual citizen rights?
Wisconsin and California.
I
No.
thought I gave up my Wisconsinite
No.
status. It's actually kind of sad. It was sad for me to do. I hope I still can. I mean, obviously, I'm always going to be a Wisconsinite, but
According to your ID, no, you're not.
that's the thing, man. You don't like a lot of the free drinks I get are because I have to. If I get carded, I pull out a Wisconsin ID.
Yeah.
It's insane how many conversations you get in with people about Wisconsin, like things that when you live there don't seem like anything, but they're the things that people want to go there for.
Yeah. So you've stripped your identity. You've stripped your upbringing, your roots.
Mm-hmm.
You said you dumped the root killer on it. You're like the rotor-rooter man. I don't know if those are around.
I use Agent Orange. No,
Agent Orange. You wow. That's
I went all the way there. Yep. But yeah, it's well, ironically, I had to do that so I could go back to Wisconsin.
you had to get a real ID.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I'll still say things like open, yep, well,
Yeah.
all those things. It still takes me forever to leave a room.
Do you think you'll ever leave California, or you think you're there for the rest of it, for the duration of your life?
I could see myself leaving here.
Yeah. And coming back to Wisconsin, or going somewhere new again?
I don't think Wisconsin's on the table unless it's a family affair. There's a reason for it, like somebody's sick or something like that. But me and Sean have talked about New York.
Oh, damn. New York. Good comedy scene.
Yeah.
Real
yeah.
good comedy scene there. They have the cellar. They have all those. But you could do multiple sets in one night, place to place, Put in the hours, put in the time.
Yeah. Apparently, it's much easier to get around without a car, which that's my thing.
Yeah.
But that's something that's down the road. Like right now, we're trying to figure out where we're going in LA. But me, I'd go. I've thought about trying to get transfer over to Hawaii or.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many places. Like I would love to go see Boston, but I haven't even traveled the United States enough to know where I'd want to go.
Nor have I. I mean, I've been to Florida a few times. I wouldn't want to live in Florida. I've only been to California once. Been to Minnesota a bunch. And I think that's just like Wisconsin adjacent. Literally, it is. But the Twin Cities would be cool to live in, I think. I like St. Paul. And then Minneapolis is fine, but St. Paul seems to be where it's at. Good spots.
I feel like for some reason I kind of would like to see St. Louis.
St. Louis is sketch, dude. You don't want to go there.
There's a lot of funny people and cool people that I follow that come out of that area. So I mean,
yeah, I think it's like one of them. It's pretty high in the crime.
That's cool. I'm not murderable. We've proven that. I made it out here.
Have you had any situations there where you thought maybe I'm about to get mugged, or do they look at you and they go one step above the homeless?
I mean, since I've adopted my new style.
Yeah. What's that?
I don't know. Sweatshirts that are expensive, but I found them in apartments, so I didn't pay for them.
Oh yeah, did you have the
white sweatsuit, dude?
Oh yeah,
and then the Get the Dough black sweatsuit. I mean, these are high-end fabrics.
You still have that?
Yeah, I wear it all the
time. Get the dough. All right, that's nice.
But no, I mean, there have been times where I've been in some situations that I'm a little. It's not that I'm worried that I'm gonna get mugged or something. I'm worried that I'm gonna have an altercation because with my job I have to kick a homeless person out.
Sure.
I have to actually engage
mm-hmm.
with somebody who's not. It's like I've seen some crazy stuff on the subways now, and they're not that bad. Just let me throw this out there. There's a lot of people talking about how the subways are a dangerous place out here. Yeah, a lot of murders happened down there in a year or two ago or something. They've gotten better.
The murders?
There's a lot less murdering happening in the metro system.
That's good.
They had to address it, but they addressed it. I just want to let people know we need good people back down on the metro.
Yeah, it's a good system.
I feel like somehow we've gotten so far off track of trying to figure out what you're gonna get.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm not getting anything. I know that.
Well, that's the thing. Like I feel like I've never. I don't know if she got me anything last year, but I feel like I got her something last year, and then in that situation it was fine. But in this one, I feel like
this is the thing. Like there is no situation where when she gets you a gift and you don't, that's fine.
Right.
Vice versa, absolutely okay.
Why is that okay?
I've been in a relationship for 1 year, Drew. I've got all the answers.
That's good. That's a successful relationship. A year is a hefty milestone.
If you ask me, if you ask her, I never even asked her out. She goes, "You just bamboozled me into hanging out at my house a lot."
Yeah, I guess
you will give me this. It's been a year.
At what age does that stop? At what age do you just stop? Will you be my girlfriend?
Well, that's the thing. I didn't ask her to be my girlfriend because at one point she already gave me bought me a toothbrush.
That seals the deal.
I'm which happened pretty quick, and I was like, so do we have to have some kind of a conversation, like boyfriend girlfriend thing? And she's like, this is not. Yeah, and she's like, this is not the time for that. And I was like, well, I just feel like we're too old for that. And she's like, that's what I'm saying. We're in our upper 30s. Well, I'm in my upper 30s. She's 29. Like,
she's 29.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I'm older than her. Damn.
Do you not know would you not know what you're gonna make me say into a microphone with the international 29?
You're right. You're all right. I believe
right before Valentine's Day, you want this will be the one episode she listens to. Yeah, she's 29.
All right.
She looks 24.
Right. That's where the confusion was.
Yeah. You thought she was. Yeah.
I've never seen a 29-year-old look so 24. That was my thoughts.
Okay, good. That is what you. Yeah.
All right. Well, glad we got that.
But we did. Yeah, I don't know if she's getting me anything, but we're going to dinner at a restaurant up on the hill. But for the 1 year,
on One Tree Hill.
There's after the fires. One tree. Yeah. Too soon. But so I don't in terms of gifts, I don't really expect too much, but this is I'm in the trenches right now, man. The 1 year was February 2nd or something, and then Valentine's Day, and then her birthday comes within a month after this. Little over a month.
Well, Chris's birthday was on Monday.
I feel for you, man. That's harsh.
And so theoretically, there is one of her birthday gifts that hasn't been shipped yet, hasn't arrived or been delivered. Could that be? I got her 3 birthday gifts, but only 2 showed up before her birthday. One's on its way. So that could be a Valentine's Day gift.
Does she know about that gift?
I think so.
Yeah, then no. Sorry.
Damn it. Well, I'll figure it out. I always do.
What do you think? All right, let's run down the list. All right, do you just do the here's your favorite chocolate and your favorite flower? Can you get flowers in Wisconsin right now?
Yeah, I have to go to a professional florist, flower shop. They'll deliver it even, and it's expensive. But I mean, flowers. I just don't understand the appeal of them. Especially
they die.
They're dead on arrival.
I'm giving you a chore for a week and then they're dead.
And it's it's essentially like putting a corpse that's frozen on your porch. They get it, and then they I can beauty this up a little bit, throw some water or whatever, make it look fresh. But in 2 days, it just keeps on hunching over a little bit more, keeps on wilting away, petals dropping on the floor, and then, like you mentioned earlier in the episode, an animal eats it. Now you got that corpse you got to deal with because it was
it's
poisonous.
Flowers. We remind you of your own mortality. That should be their tagline.
I love you. I love you as long as these flowers maintain their true form. So if you can somehow do that, our love will be eternal. But likely, it's just going to be dead at the end of the week.
Yeah, I think that was what they were trying to make the point in Beauty of the Beast, right?
I think so.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Look, I'll tell you this. I don't get flowers. I don't get them, but I got a florist now. I got a flower. I got a guy. He's my flower guy. He knows he knows what Shonda likes. I get to go in there and he goes, "How big? Where are you going with? Like, what's the occasion?" And he goes, "All right, you're gonna want to go with roses here. No, you're gonna want to go with it." He knows that she has animals. He knows what not. Like, he's like, I can't. Like, I'll point some stuff out and he'll be like, "No, you can't do that. Her animals will eat that and they'll die." And I'll go, "Oh, dang it."
That's a guy you need in your corner.
He's a great guy. But because I don't get the flower thing myself, but she loves flowers. She loves it. And I get really jealous because some of our residents will bring her flowers.
Oh, yeah.
I had one guy, I was talking to her one day and a resident walks in, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not really, I got things to do. So I'm sitting at her desk and I stand up to walk out so that because she stands up and she goes, "Oh, welcome in, what's going on," or whatever. This man doesn't even see me. He blows right past me, gives her a big hug, hands her a thing of flowers. Oh, I was seething for the rest of the day. And then I go, "Who's your friend with the flowers? What do you do to make somebody that happy, huh? I don't even give you flowers that happy." She's, "He's gay, okay?" And I go, "So he told you?"
That hug didn't look gay.
Yeah, exactly. Got a little close. I found out I have a little bit of repressed something in there.
Hey, I think that's good.
I don't like to see my girl get flowers unless they're from me. Made her happy for a week, and I was like, "Are they as good as my flowers?" I don't know.
Does he got a guy? Does he see the same guy?
Yeah, exactly. I went to my guy. I was like, "Look, his came in a box, all right?
Yeah.
A box of flowers." And my guy was like, "That's bullshit."
Yeah, so he took the cheap way out, and it's really meaningless. Yeah, but I'll probably do that.
So you got. Let's put that aside. What about jewelry? Do you do that?
Okay. Well, I think last year I did buy her some jewelry. Yeah, I think I bought her a nice necklace. And it wasn't like a cheap one. And guess how many times she's worn that?
Doesn't matter. That's the right answer. It's not about how many times she wears it. It's about the fact that you gave it to her.
Yeah.
And she wears it for special occasions.
Not even.
Oh, it's so good she doesn't wear it at all.
Yeah, it collects dust.
Or okay, let me ask you this. Has she told you in the last year, let's not do jewelry?
She hasn't, no.
Okay, well that means it wasn't hideous.
No, she said she liked it. She has worn it, probably not in the last, I don't know, 10 months.
She doesn't really wear jewelry though, does she?
No, not really.
Okay, so let's move off jewelry.
Yeah. What else is there?
Discman?
Vintage. Yeah.
You could go vintage Discman?
Yeah.
With her favorite CD from when she was growing up in high school? That's going to be hard to find in a day's notice, I feel like.
I mean, I could probably get that CD, but it's not going to be good. Well, that's why they have the Discman, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
For private listening.
just like the necklace you got her, she'll never wear it, but she'll appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta figure it out though now because I was gifted a gift and I can't be that guy that doesn't do anything for her, I already am that guy most of the time.
And she probably lets a lot of people know about it. She calls me once a week.
Yeah? You have a separate podcast?
Yeah. Let's talk shit about Drew. That's our other. Don't look it up.
That would be a good one, huh? You could talk a lot of shit. People could
I
say
think we could go for 10 years on that.
10 years.
Weekly, 10 years bi-weekly. And by that I mean twice a week, not every 2 weeks.
Oh, damn. That's a lot.
Yeah. It'll always be the same old stuff.
I got some
His beard's too perfect.
Yeah, I wish.
He can run too far.
I haven't been doing a lot of running. I felt like shit earlier this week. I ran last week, but not this week. I haven't felt good. I'm feeling a little bit better, but still got the cough, still sneezing galore, and it's covered in snow outside. It's horrible. Rob, you brought up the subway, and I kind of got concerned about the crime in Burbank, California. And did you know that the crime rate was higher than approximately 76.9% of U.S. cities?
In Burbank?
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. When I came to town, we got real.
381 violent crimes in 2021, equating to a rate of 3.71 per 1,000 residents. So almost 4 in every 1,000 people is getting hurt violently. Damn.
That can't be in Burbank. That's in the valley.
Burbank. Assaults. Almost 3 in every 1,000. Robbery. A little over 1 in every 1,000. Murder. Well, murder says 0. 0 per 1,000.
No one gets murdered in Burbank.
That's pretty good, I guess. You currently have a 1 in 270 chance of being a victim of a violent crime.
1 in 270?
Yeah.
Wow. What is your chance of getting affected by a violent crime? Because 1 in 270, actually, I'd buy that lottery ticket. Those are pretty good odds. It's just for a bad thing.
Yeah, that is. I will try to find the crime rate data in the town that I live in, which is significantly smaller.
Oh yeah. If there's one violent crime, I'm gonna.
It's a village. Let's see. Approximately 32.18 incidents per 1,000. We in the village are in the 42nd percentile for safety. So 58% of U.S. cities are considered safer than where I live. Damn, dog.
Sure it's not the other way around?
No, that's what it says. This is what it says.
I never understood this. And if you're in the 42nd percentile, that doesn't mean you're in the top 42nd? Doesn't mean you're in the safest side?
No. You'd have to be in the top 60. You're in the 60th percentile.
So all these years when it said that I'm in the 1%.
That's not good.
Oh man.
Unless you're talking
I really thought I was doing well.
Unless you're talking about wealth.
No, just talking about knowledge, skill.
Yeah. 1%.
Ability.
The 1 percentile is
the 1 percentile is not good.
Not great. I have, well, they're giving me some different numbers, but I have my chances of being a victim of a crime, 1 in 29.
All right, see now 1 in 270 doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Damn, you're right. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. If you don't clean your shoes in that town, somebody's gonna stab you. That's why I got out and came to the safe area of Los
Burbank.
Angeles.
Yeah. As far as violent crimes, it's almost 3 for every 1,000 residents. I'll be all right.
I think you'll be good.
Biggest crime that happened is someone went on my porch and left me a message.
They said I love you in the middle of the night or something, right?
Yeah, creepy.
Yeah.
Unusual.
I mean, I did have some people fleeing the cops right outside my house. That happened.
Yeah, did you?
And then there was a
watch?
shooting. There was actually a shooting 2 blocks from here. We had a murder right by my building where I work last week.
Really?
And the people fled to the garage of the building right next to us.
Okay. That's what they did. They murdered someone and then they hid in the garage, just around the corner.
Yeah.
So obvious that no one's gonna look.
Yeah. They were playing like Baccarat. Who's going to suspect us of murder when we're definitely 30 minutes into a game of Baccarat? I don't know
Yeah.
how to play that game. It could take 5 minutes. I'm not sure.
It's yeah, it's some people really make a lot of money on it, but I don't know.
But no, yeah, I almost walked into a shooting a couple months ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was
What do
going to go to a restaurant that was closing down called the Fat Dog.
The Fat Dog. There's a shooting at the Fat Dog.
And well, at Archie's, the sandwich shop I go to all the time.
Uh-huh.
There was a drive-by shooting there, like, so I legitimately told Shonda I'm gonna go get some Fat Dog because I wanted something, and they were closing.
You didn't say
And
I'm gonna go get Fat Dog? Like
I
yo,
did say I'm gonna go. I said I'm gonna go to Fat Dog and get a chicken pot pie. That's what I really said.
oh. All
Because
right.
they've got an amazing. They had another place, rest in peace, that had a great chicken pot pie. It wasn't really a pie as much as it was a kettle of chicken pot pie soupy innards and then biscuits on top that you would push down and they would melt. They would kind of soak it all up.
Sounds good.
Really good. Yeah. Anyway, so I was gonna go over there, and she goes, I have chicken nuggets in the fridge, in the freezer.
As if they're
And
the same.
yeah, exactly. Like they're both chicken, at least sort of one of them. But and I was just lazy, so I was like, yeah, whatever. Like this is still, I just like it must have been more than a couple months. I can't remember. All anybody has to do is Google Magnolia drive-by Archie's Fat Dog. Because one of our somebody that lived on that side of our building actually filmed it, and they gave that footage to the cops.
Mm.
But yeah, so 10 minutes after she stopped me from walking 10 minutes to go to this restaurant, probably about 5 minutes, I probably would have been, put my shoes on and all that stuff. I would have been getting there right when this happened. So I have to credit her for.
Thank God she had chicken nuggets.
I know, right? Exactly.
You like that really. Those chicken nuggets might have saved your life because you could have gotten hit by like a stray bullet or something.
A lady did get hit by a stray bullet in that shooting,
and she was probably waiting for her chicken pot pie.
And she just didn't have a person in her life to say, I got chicken nuggets.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really need to get her a Valentine's Day gift.
I got her two.
All right, fair enough.
Does it count that I gave them to her early? Because I was drunk. I fell on the ground that night.
Not on bended knee, but
no, yeah,
just on face.
I fell on face.
Here, yeah, I think it counts. I do. Speaking of love, speaking of relationships, I do have an update on a previous Strange Brew episode that we did.
Ooh, nice. I'm excited.
Remember our friend from Green Bay who had killed and dismembered her boyfriend, Mrs. Shabusiness?
Oh, Shabusiness.
She, interestingly enough, is at the women's prison not far from
right
us.
Right up the road?
Yeah. That's where she is right now. She had to... she was ordered to undergo a competency exam because while in prison, she's been attacking some workers. Who would have thought the person that killed, dismembered, and left chopped up body parts throughout, like it was some sort of scavenger hunt around, would be capable of attacking a prison sergeant who was providing medical care for a staple in her arm. How the hell did she get a staple in her arm? I don't know. But
well, yeah, but the competency exam that came because she named her kid Mind.
Mind your business. I think that was the name of the episode, isn't it?
It's also the name of my fantasy football team, if anybody cares to know.
That's what a last name.
It's amazing.
I mean, You can't even write that. But yeah, she had attacked
You could go professional and name your second kid what's
what's your
what's your
business? What's your
business?
business?
Well, I'm in concrete sales.
I get- that's funny. But yeah, she had to get pepper sprayed. And
Probably not the first time for her. I'm not going out on a limb,
Probably
I
not,
don't think,
yeah.
to make that bet.
but they had to both go to a hospital to be treated for their injuries. She is serving life in prison right now. So, yeah, crazy to see her pop up back in the news. It's crazy. Like so one time I was I had to take my mom to the ER one time. I think it was my mom or somebody. I'm pretty sure it was my mom. I had to take
This
her.
is insane to me that you forget people you've taken to the ER. But continue.
A couple of them, you know.
This just happened a lot. Don't worry about it.
I had to take my mom to the ER one time, and it was it's like 1 a.m. She was in intense pain. I forget what was going on, but I had her car. This is before, so I was like 16 years old before I had my own car. I was playing poker with my friends. She texted me. She's like, I gotta go to the hospital. It's like something. I'm in intense pain. I brought her there, and this is kind of where the Taylorship business comes from, because when you would go to the hospital, you just go through the emergency entrance. You just go through that. You're like shackled. Well, when I was in the ER with my mother, I didn't go like in the room with her or anything like that. You just have to sit in the waiting room, and all of a sudden, like 2 cops walk in with a lady, ankles handcuffed. She's handcuffed, and I was like, "This is different." And I wanted to like spark a conversation with her, but she didn't look like she was in the mood to talk.
And the RAM in your brain decided to remember that instead of the reason you took your mother.
I forget why.
Agonizing pain mother to the ER. You're like, I don't even give a shit about what that is. Who's this person in the shackles?
Of course I cared that my mom was in the ER.
Not enough to remember 20 years later.
Yeah,
I can only remember this. The face of this inmate is seared into my memory. I wouldn't even remember that she was in agonizing pain if it wasn't for this person in shackles.
Probably, you're right. I remember I was winning big in poker too, and I was like, guys, I have to go. I have to leave. And so luckily it was a cash game, and I took the cash.
Your mom was your out. You were up.
Yeah.
You're like, I got to get out of here, because you know how it is with those friendly games. I was like, you got to give me a chance to win my money back. My mom's got to go to the emergency room, man.
Right.
How can I prove I was at the emergency room? Oh, the cops brought in somebody that was shackled.
I think
everybody has to believe me.
I do think I was like, all right, I can do one more hand, but then I gotta go. I gotta go. My mom's gotta go to the hospital. So I did take her. And then I sat there for a long time, and then she had to get admitted. So then I went home, and then man, yeah, I really don't know what it was.
You never asked. You probably didn't ever. Like, I guess if I took my mom to the hospital, she gets admitted, and it's like pain or whatever. Like, and I'm 16.
Yeah.
I'm thinking back on my life. I'm going, I guess I absolutely probably would have been like a good enough son to be like, what happened? But maybe you were a good enough son to not ask that question, where it's like, look, hey, I have boundaries. You're just a person. Maybe you don't want to tell me about what's going on.
I think she told me. I really don't remember what it was. I don't know. Oh, man, I know what it was. It was kidney stones.
I was gonna say full kidney failure.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just totally forgot about that.
Had to get a transplant. She had kidney stones. That's what they are, right?
Yeah, there's kidney stones. There's also the bladder stones, right?
Yeah. But I think the kidney stones are the ones where like you piss them out, right? And they're really painful. Is that what those are? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
I know they. I think they pulverize. Yeah, the kidneys work with
yeah.
the waste system. So
That's what it was. That's what it was.
okay, we got to the bottom of it.
See?
You just had to go through all that. The reason you remember the poker game winning, the reason you remember the lady in shackles was so that you could remember the kidney
Right.
stones.
It's all about the connection of the event, but that went down, and I
I will
haven't.
say I've been having some issues of memory loss lately where I cannot recall something, and then like 20 minutes later it'll come back to me. I'm like, like it's so insane to sit in a moment of no, like you're like, what? What are you
Right.
talking about? What
Yeah.
the? Well, yeah, I know this happened, but like it's gone. It's just gone. If you mess your brain up too much, it is gone.
I
And you
had.
just gotta go. You gotta sit in that weird. Dementia's gotta suck. That's
Oh,
all I'm saying.
absolutely. I had that last Friday. So Chris and I went to go see a band that I like called Off With Their Heads, and they played relatively local, which is unusual because they're a pretty like popular band. They've gone on tour with the likes of like Against Me, Dropkick Murphys, Frank Turner. They've hit the like Ride Fest circuit. They're a punk band, but they got some notoriety. So they're playing like 15 minutes away, which I was like, hell yeah, let's go to the show. And we had to get up in the front just to see them. Like the venue was real like DIY ethos with this show. There's no stage. They're all floor level. It's all these young kids. I felt like I was like the old man in the room, but I was like, I want to be able to see the band. So we got up to the front. We were good. We were in a good spot. But then like the guy goes, we don't really have a set list planned for today. So if there's like anything you want to hear, just shout it out. And I instantly in that moment forgot every single song that they have ever written, and I was just like, I'm like going through, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do I knew every song they played. I knew every word to every song that they played. They have like, I think like 4 albums. And I was just like, how do I not know the names of any of the, like, why can I not think of anything? And it was a strange moment. I probably looked very confused.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I do the Wordle and stuff, like
Yeah.
the New York Times game. And there are times where it's like I get to the second word and I'm like, all right, I've used it doesn't have an A, it doesn't have an E, it doesn't have an O. I used all those in my first word, said no. I need a word with an I. I just need a 5-letter word with an I. What's a 5-letter word? And I legitimately will get stuck on just like I cannot think of a word with an I all of a sudden.
Yeah. A 5-letter word with an ice in it? Like noise?
No, just an I. Just an I. Just the letter I. Stick works.
Yeah.
I can think of that now. I can't think of it when
Think.
like the pressure, just like
The pressure
It's just the Super Bowl of the daily Wordle puzzle
of the New York
kicks in.
Times. Yeah, that's good. I do play Wordle from time to time. Yeah, I get so, but yeah, I don't know.
It's just weird because it's like it's not that you don't know it. It's that, and that's what they say about dementia too. It's not that you don't remember these things. It's not that that part of your brain is gone. It's that the neurons that fire between those like where the memory is and where your conscious thought process is, the electrons like or the electric flow of the brain. I know that now I'm realizing that 1 percentile thing. I
Yeah.
thought that was me being smart, but now that I'm trying to explain where memories are and how they get passed to conscious thought, like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I'm at the bottom. But yeah, like the pathways are what's broken.
Mm-hmm.
And so like somehow there's another way around. It's like, there's like multiple bridges and eventually you'll find your way. I don't know about dementia, but in terms of just this, what we're talking about right now, when somebody's like, just name a song we do. If you're like, I was talking to Jake Bellows about his Supermoon album, and I was like, I went to his show and we were talking, and he had posted his Spotify list from 2024, and I went, oh, just hey man, it's crazy. Like 4 of your songs were in my top 5 most listened to songs of the year of 2024. 4 of them were from your Supermoon album, or 3 of them were from your Supermoon album. And she's like, and he was like, oh, like, what were your favorite songs on there? And like, I legitimately, the whole album was gone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like, I felt like such a freaking, like, I'm talking to the guy that made the album,
Yeah.
and he's asking me, what's your favorite song on the album that you just claimed is in your top listened to songs of the year?
Yeah. You had to pull it up real quick.
No, I mean, I pulled out 2, but they were the 2 where I was like, these are the 2 that if I would imagine that if anybody's listening to this album, they're only listening to these 2 songs.
Yeah.
But there's like 2 other songs on there that were especially good. And I mean, it's not my favorite album, but there's 4 or 5 songs on there that are truly amazing, and they like really make me feel something, and enough to where I listen to them on repeat for sometimes.
Yeah.
And like, even right now that I brought it up again, I cannot think of the name of the song. I can't do it.
Getting old, man.
It's a problem.
It is. Growing up is getting old. Layers to that statement.
We're going the way of the Valentine's Day flower.
Right, we're the wilting stage.
Yeah.
One by one, our petals are dropping to the floor.
And we're forgetting the experiences that those petals were the outermost petals when we had those experiences. And once they're gone, they're gone.
Once they're gone, a cat eats it and they die.
And they die, and then we die on top of them. Makes for a great, picture in the back of a poem book, but nobody reads books anymore, and I don't think they put pictures in those, so kind of useless.
Isn't it ironic that you put flowers on a gravestone?
Yeah,
you put something that's dead on top of someone who's dead.
Well, I feel like it's just like a cruel thing where it's like, I'm not going to remember to come back here, so I'm going to put this thing here that I know I'm going to have to come clean up later. Then I'll come back again.
Right.
I'm not somebody that, I don't go to, like, if you die before me, I'm not coming to your graveside. Sorry,
there
buddy.
won't be one.
Oh, you're going to get like in a box somewhere or something?
Yeah, you can just put me in like a coffee tin. Set
Cool.
me on fire. Put me in a coffee tin, and then would you spread my ashes? Would you take a chunk of my ashes and spread me somewhere?
Yeah, if you asked me to spread your ashes somewhere, absolutely I would do that.
Yeah.
But the act of going to a cemetery so that I can sit and look at a stone that has your name on it, not going to happen.
And
I don't do it with my family.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
That's died. I don't do it with my friends. It's like, if I want to remember somebody, I just remember them where I am.
Right.
There's but I think it's a waste of real estate, to tell you the truth. We got a whole ocean for those people. No, I'm sorry. That's so I'm joking. Just jettison all our dead out to the sea.
Ooh. I mean, yeah. Cemeteries are unique. Like, you buy a plot of land and then you go, you know what I'm going to do? Put a bunch of dead people in this ground. And then once it's done, then what?
What's insane is I love walking through a cemetery. I do. I will go with people. I've gone with my family to a cemetery to see people in our family. I don't care about seeing the person that's in my family, that's in the cemetery.
Yeah.
I want to go and walk around and see everybody else. That might be the only argument to me about being buried in a cemetery, is for some guy 100 years from now to like look at my gravestone for a second and be like, he died young.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think like it's interesting to like try to like align a story with them, or you look at it, you look at the picture if it's engraved on the stone, you look at the dates, and you can kind of be like, okay, I know this was going on in this year or something like that. Like, what was this person's like? And you're trying to figure out this person that you ultimately can never really know.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
I mean, someday, 150 years from now, Somebody's going to be walking through a cemetery and they're going to stumble across, because names are a great thing to find in a cemetery. They're going to stumble across Taylor Shabusiness. And they're going to go, look at this. The Shabusiness plot is thriving.
Yeah. That would be.
And then,
Wow.
you know, it's like, there's something to, if you want your memory to live on with your family, well, be a good person. But if you want your memory to just be had and whatever, put something cool on your, have a cool headstone and maybe make up a middle name or something, because there are people out there that like to just go and read the names and the dates, and I'm one of those people. I will admit to it.
Do you judge the deceased person by the quotes that's put on their tombstone? Like, here lies so and so, beloved husband, brother, pediatrician, or something, or it's like what if somebody, a diehard Kid Rock fan, passed away
I would judge that person
before Kid Rock really like fell off. This is peak to, I don't know what year, but it just says, I'm headed out west because I want to be a cowboy.
I mean, that one I would be a little. I
Ba
would be a
with
little
ba.
suspect, Otherwise, normally it's like, all right. There's sometimes where I just go like the What? No one could come up with anything. The family's the one that makes the headstone.
Bitches ain't shit.
That's not a terrible headstone. I'm not gonna lie. Words of wisdom.
Yeah, they're gonna be. I would appreciate that, but I the last time I was in a cemetery is when my grandma passed away, but she was cremated, but they put her ashes in a box and then they put it in, kind of like, this is kind of a morbid way of looking at it, but it's almost like a PO box.
Oh, like a mausoleums.
Yeah. That's what it's called.
It is. It's a PO box for God.
Right.
That's why he comes to pick up the.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's a little morbid. Sorry. This is your grandma. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But that was the last time I was there, or at a cemetery. But I did not. She was the first person put into that, the whole unit, which was and then what was really interesting is like my grandpa's name is already on there. He's still alive.
That is creepy. And if I was your grandpa, I would kind of probably have been against that. Don't put my name on there yet.
Yeah, it's already on
born there. This day - nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're waiting. That's what it, that's like what it kind of like to me, like what it means. Or what about the piece? So what happens? I'm sure there's got to be a headstone somewhere out there that says like born in 1930, or 1919, and it's like there's no way this dude's still alive, and dash nothing.
Yeah, I imagine there's a guy like smoking a cigar. His name is Arnie, and he's just waiting around. And when you talk to him, he's like, "There's only 2 important dates in your life, kid. The day you come and the day you go. I'm waiting on both."
Yeah.
I get paid by the letter. Do you want the full month? Or are we doing numbers?
I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll peruse a cemetery and see what I get out of it. See what I can find. See who I can meet. I don't know. Could be an interesting exercise.
I enjoy walking through cemeteries. When I went to the cemetery showing of Poltergeist here in Hollywood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went and saw Scarface there too.
I saw the picture of Scarface. That was when like the trees lined up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
It was really cool. But when I went there for Poltergeist the first time, I took off for a good half hour, 40 minutes, and just walked around. It's really cool, actually. It's a weird kind of piece to be, you're staring something in the future or in the whatever, because you're alive, they're dead, you're on top of the ground, they're underneath it. They got cooler names than you,
mm-hmm.
but they're dead.
Yeah.
I don't, it's like I don't know how to describe it, but if you've never gone and just went to a cemetery not because of a funeral, but just to go, it seems insensitive, but you are actually like
There's a wonder to it.
there's a reason why if all right, if it wasn't for all people that didn't know you, why would we put the names on there?
right.
Why would we put all this stuff on there? It's like that. It's not just for your family and loved ones, because if they care that much, they're gonna remember where you were buried. They remember where McDonald's is, so they damn well better remember where you're fucking buried. But no, you put the name and stuff on there so that some random person walking by can go, I wonder about that person.
Yeah.
And they think about you for a second, and that's the connectivity of humanity,
They say the last time you die, or you only
is the first time you die. Is that to
no,
say?
like no, like the only time you really die when the last person says your name.
Yeah, that's definitely a great thought. Sad thought.
Yeah, I guess. And all the people in that in the cemetery, all the people that are in the ground, they are the only ones who know if God is real.
The absolute truth.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? They can't let us know.
No.
Wow. What a journey. What a journey
Yeah,
we
I don't
just
know.
took this last
We started
hour.
with necklaces and ended with death.
That's what the Lion King did.
Actually, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah.
So if they can do it over and over, so can we. Rob, I drank dun 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 the double IPA. It was delicious. I loved it very much. Thank goodness I got 2 more in the fridge that I can go enjoy. Not now, but later at a different time.
Yeah.
If you have the availability to get such a fine beverage as the likes of Dun Dun Dun, I encourage you to pursue it. I encourage you to purchase. I encourage you to pour, and I encourage you to drink it. Trustworthy. R.I.P. to that fine establishment. How was the barley wine?
Barley wine is really good. And I got to say, your elegance is only overstated. Is that right? By the fact that you are wearing a red cloak, as it looks from my point of view. It's really just a blanket,
It's a blanket.
woolen knit blanket.
I'm cold.
Yeah, but it looks like you're wearing a full red cape going, I encourage thee to try such a
Gryffindor!
beverage as this. No, the Hibernation Station, I'd tell you to get it, but you can't get it. It doesn't matter what my endorsement is of it. You have to believe me. It was amazing, and you missed out.
I wish
You
it was
missed out
really
on
bad.
I do too.
Because then you could just be like, this is a god awful beer. Like you could really let them know.
I could be honest. Yeah, there's no one to come back at me.
Right.
There's no fallout. But in reality, I just wanted just a real quick small tribute to Trustworthy, because as far as I understand it, I don't care who their owners were, because I don't know who their owners were. Their owners didn't care so much about Trustworthy Brewing. It was the employees that kept that place going. It was the employees and the people brewing the beer, and like they cared about craft beer, they cared about the industry, and then the craft beer patrons that went in there. It's like they saw this writing on the wall years ago, but somehow they stuck it out for this long. And so it's like to the people that work there and to the people that made the beer there, I truly appreciated it. I like that place, and I like the people there, and I like the beers that they have. So I'm sad to see them go.
Moment of silence for Trustworthy. All right. Well, we salute you, Trustworthy. We wish you the best of luck. And, we wish you were a little more trustworthy. Trustworthy in your word. Trustworthy in your promise to serve up the suds in the greater California Burbank area. You owners of Trustworthy, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
As always, link linktr.ee facebook.com/dudes with brews. Place you need to be for merch. Place you need to be for links, Instagram, Blue Sky. I haven't been on that in a second. All that good stuff. We're there. Buy our merchandise. It does look pretty swell. Join the Porch Pite Society. We welcome everybody for the most part. Couple people.
Yeah, let's not get into the semantics. The people that you think we shouldn't involve, they're not involved.
Yeah, right. Just the good ones. Yeah. Only the good ones. Rob, it was great
like
to see.
The 1 percentile. That's who. Wait, no.
Percentile. Yeah, the 1 percentile will take. The top 1%, probably not.
Oh, so the 1 percentile. We'll get all right. Next week, we're just going to dive into this percentile thing. We're trying to say goodbye, but we're Wisconsinites. I don't have the ID, but I still don't know how to say goodbye.
Audio. Goodbye, everyone.